Hi everyone, we're here at the Book Dragon today to interview one of our authors, Helen Kelly, about her book tour book, A Special Place. Welcome, Helen.
Hiya, thank you.
It's great to have you here.
It's
And
lovely to be here.
I'm going to ask you some questions about your
Mhm.
book and about yourself so that our viewers can find out more about you.
Yeah,
So,
that's fine.
Helen, when did you discover your love of writing?
It's it's been a long time. I was a mature student at university, and I just loved writing essays and things like that, and I just loved taking time out and just being in my own little world. And it sort of stemmed from them, really. But even when I was younger, I used to have loads of little scrapbooks with writing in about kings and queens and stuff like that. So it's something I've always wanted to do.
Yeah, so that was ignited quite early in your life then.
Yeah. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
8 was when I started.
Oh, wow. Yeah. And did it give you like comfort and solace and stuff, like a good place to escape to and things?
Yeah, it did. It really did. I mean, I used to write little tiny stories as well. I mean, they weren't very good. I don't know where they are. I think they've gone to the bin somewhere. But I used to like little tiny stories just to escape from life and stuff. So yeah,
Mhm.
it was good.
And the two main characters you've created for this book, Lacey and James, which one would you say you relate to most and why would that be?
I, along with everybody who knows me and has read it, have said that Lacey is me.
Okay.
Yeah, Lacey is definitely me. My husband said it was really odd reading the book, and actually, he was just reading me. And someone else who I know, but she isn't a member of our family, said it's really funny. You're reading the book, and all I can think of is Helen.
Hmm.
So definitely, Lacey is me.
It makes it a lot easier to picture people sometimes as well if you know them. But I guess it's a different guy that the story's about, that might be quite unusual for your
Yeah, she said it was quite hard because she kept thinking, that's not Lacey, that's Helen.
husband.
But I thought it was for, especially for my first book, to write something I know about,
Hmm.
and I decided that was the best thing to do, is to tap into my inner me, or not even my inner me, apparently.
But obviously, there's a romance in the book, and I was wondering if you'd always been drawn to romantic fiction.
Um, no, I used to read an awful lot of autobiographies, and I've found people's lives really interesting.
Hmm.
And I've got three master's degrees in history, so obviously I find history really interesting. But then it was all about, for me, the history aspect was all about gender history, so it was all about women and stuff like that. And yeah, again, it was back to people. And it's only latterly that I've started, probably in the last 4 years, reading romance books. So, but yeah, I love reading them now. I mean, every now and then I've got quite a few biographies and stuff like that. And every now and then I think, I'll read something else. I'll read something else. But no, I don't.
And have you got any recommendations for romantic fiction other than yourself, obviously?
Other than myself, it's really hard because I read so many different genres of romance. I mean,
Hmm.
I read from the normal sort of like small time romance, which is a bit like I write, to erotica and stuff like that. So it's
Hmm.
so difficult. I mean, yesterday I was reading this book on my Kindle. I was in London and I was sitting in the restaurant in St Pancras waiting for my train time, and I was sitting there reading this book, and it had a really sad part in it, and I was crying my eyes out, and I'm sitting there thinking, wow, you know. So those books are written by Avery Maxwell, but I tend to read things like Sarah Morgan and Susan Mallory and stuff like that. So books all over the place, really.
Yeah. It's amazing when a book can have such a emotional effect on us, isn't it?
Yeah, it was really kind of embarrassing as well, because I was sitting there and all these business people were around, and there's me sitting there with my Kindle, and I'm going, drying me tears.
Oh. So the book's title is A Special Place, and I was wondering where your special place is.
Well, it will be no surprise to people to realize that my special place is Lacey's special place. It is a that was the one that I had when I grown up. Now I'm a bit older. I don't go there that often. But that it's on the banks of the River Wey in Guildford. Um, you walk to it past the River Wey, and it's set back a little bit, and it is actually a stone bench, and it is like the as I've described in the book, it's like a sofa, and that was my special place. That used to be where I used to go. Obviously, moving away, you have to find a different special place, which I haven't really sort of found, but I've found a few places that I quite like. There's a pub in Warwick that if I want to go away and be by myself, that's where I'd go, because it's right on the banks of the canal, and you just sit there and watch the canal boats going up and down the loch and stuff like that. And yeah, my special place is really Lacey's special place. It's got a real place in my heart.
Yeah. Well, hopefully you can get to return there sometime soon and pay
Well,
a
we
revisit.
were up in Guildford in December, and I never got there because it was so cold and so windy and so rainy. But yeah, hopefully soon.
So can you give us any hints without revealing spoilers on what to expect in the next installment of the Green Grove series?
It is so hard. So um it's involving David, who is James's friend from university. And I don't want to say who the woman is.
Okay, yeah,
It's
fair
like,
enough.
because that would really give it away. But David's ex-wife comes back, and you're introduced to a few more little characters and stuff like that, including his ex-sister-in-law, and it involves a bit of stalking and things like that. But there is hopefully a feel-good time for it. So it starts off a bit kind of dramatic, but it gets there. Well,
Okay.
dramatic in romance sense anyway.
Yeah. And maybe we'll have a little bit of a appearance from Lacey and James.
Oh yeah, they're definitely in it. I mean, yeah, James and Lacey are actually it starts with James and Lacey's moving in party
Right.
at Lacey's house. So yeah, they are in it.
Brilliant.
I couldn't leave them out. And
Yeah.
obviously Aunt May's there butting heads and everything. So she everyone gets a little appearance.
Oh, great. So a new story, but some familiar characters.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. I mean, that's what I quite like about Green Grove is because of the fact that it brings loads of characters in, and you can see how they interact amongst each other and things. It's like the village that you love to live in, but not for long, because everybody knows everything.
No secrets in Green
No
Grove.
secrets. At one point, David's kissing the other person,
Mhm.
and the old head teacher walks past. So the other person who she taught at school is like dying of embarrassment
Oh
and thinking,
gosh.
oh, great, sort of kind of thing. So it's things like that. It's small little village life that you'd like to live in, but not necessarily full time.
It sounds like it would make a nice TV show as well, like a Sunday evening TV show.
Yeah, put your feet up kind of thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
definitely.
Well, I'd watch it.
So would I, and we go, oh, my life. I'd love to live there.
Oh, well,
Well,
it's
at
been
least we
so.
know where to film it.
Oh, yeah, yeah, you'd have the perfect place. Well, it's been so great to speak to you today, Helen, about A Special Place. And
Thank you.
the book's available in the Book Dragon shop and on our website, which is www.bookdragon.co.uk. Thank you for your time, Helen. It's been
No
an
problem.
absolute
Thank
pleasure.
you. Thank you.
Right, bye for now.
Bye.